This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, welcome back to my channel. If people don't know this is where I talk shit on United pretty much. So there we are. We got a few bits and bobs, as you can see. It's kind of having a little skirmish with Jay about Bruno Fernandes. We're seeing the latest. There's actually a few bits that just come out. I'm just seeing now. But in the title, as you can see, Lammens seems like it's going to, that transfer looks like it's going to be forcing Onana out the door potentially. So we'll see what happens on that front. We'll talk about it. We got this Ornstein Kobbie update from earlier this morning. I feel like everyone should know what's happened by now. I've got a lot to say on Kobbie. And there's Hojlund to Napoli, which is also super, super close, which is good news. And also there's stuff from Anthony, which has come out recent about a bid, but United haven't responded. It better not be initial. It's apparently still like an initial loan, from what I can see. But United need to reject that. I think Batiste have taken the piss, and you know what? I think Anthony's taken the outright piss as well. What's this? Saudi club call for Garnacho. Why is it not going to Chelsea? Can we enter the deal? Thanks, but no, it's not about the money. I want to go to Chelsea. Optimistic to get it done still. You know what? Yeah. Briefly on this whole Garnacho thing and Fabrizio. Fabrizio must be talking some absolute shit, innit? He talks some absolute rubbish. Oh, come on. Come on. This guy's made more updates on Garnacho. Garnacho must be paying Fabrizio a bomb. An absolute bomb. He's milked this summer window differently, right? And it's hard to even take him serious when we know it's the same update from like weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, what? Saudi just called him up and said, no, thanks. I want to go Chelsea. Yeah, because that really happened. That really happened. Eze's cousin exposing him. On top of that as well, you got Boniface exposing him. Like, bro, it's mental. So I don't know, man. They just they keep feeding him shit. It might not even be him. It could be his sources or whatever. But I feel like he gets direct talk from clubs and whatnot, so or agents. I have no idea. But people smash the likes on entry. Did I go live yesterday? I didn't go live yesterday. I did do on Sunday. I was in a rush, bank holiday Monday and everything. So yeah, Anna Kanji. So that's funny. Fabrizio's credit would say it's going in the bin, but we all do listen to what he says because it's been going on for too long to not trust what he says. Well, who's in here anyways? Rasmus Hojlund now said yes to Manchester United, now looking at a midfielder. Where's that being said? Because I keep seeing about United and midfield options, opportunities. And what do you mean opportunities? There's some really good midfielders out there that can be acquired for cheap. And maybe it's a thing where outgoings need to happen first for, like, I don't know, let's say Hojlund's green light, Garnacho's green light, Onana going as well, which might help if it's a loan. It'd probably just be a loan, to be fair. Anthony, I don't know who else there is really to even leave. Who is there really to leave? I kind of do believe this and I don't believe this. Two reasons being is because it looks like Donnarumma is going to go to the likes of Man City, right? That looks kind of nailed on. Is that correct? I think it's nailed on. The other part is if Ederson goes to Galatasaray. Now, if Onana can go to Galatasaray, maybe, but we've seen interlinks, but I don't believe it. I don't know. I don't really know what to make out this Onana news because I don't really care what happens to him. You know how many times we get corners against us, and I know Onana's a lot better than Biyinde, right? But it was just me when it was playing against Fulham and they got a corner and you're shitting it. Like I was watching it, I was shit in the bed. Like I was honestly thinking, oh my God. And every time that they did swing it in, I think Calvin Bassey nearly got a header into one. Maybe Muniz as well. But it just directly goes right past him. He's just not strong whatsoever. And you know what? We weren't really helping him. It's like It's like Amorim left him there to drown. So yeah, I'm not even entirely sure. But if this Lammens deal gets wrapped up, that's our new keeper for the season. I'm quite optimistic on that he goes straight into Man United's number one. I do think that. Because if Onana's not getting even a start, even though he's fit and ready, it tells me Amorim's had enough. And maybe the hierarchy at United's also had enough. Can you blame them? Probably not. And like United, in what did we pay for him? 42 million? 42 million? So yeah. Well, that's incorrect because when it comes to crosses, he's actually one of the best. So that's kind of funny. It's just people trying to run a narrative at any given moment to shit on players that we might get. But I'll be real with you people. At this moment of time, I don't know how anyone else feels. Right, we got Grimsby and Burnley, and I expect wins. But for me, it's how you get the wins. Can you go and get 3-4 goals? Sesko needs 90 minutes. When is it? Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow? I'm looking at it like this, right? My support for Amorim is genuinely fading. It is fading, and it doesn't really matter who goes into the lineup. I'm just not really for this foot three at the back anymore. And you know what? I think Fulham were lying. You know what Iwobi said? They only successfully managed to do anything in our box. They didn't actually create a lot of opportunities, but they did crowd out the middle of the pitch, and we didn't know how to bypass that. Maybe because Sesko wasn't there, but I just don't like looking at games where we get dominated and there's no idea. Like I hear it. There's one idea, stick to it, stick to your principle. There's not going three at the back, whatever. But the thing is, if you want to execute three at the back, and I want Amorim to succeed, but in the same light, you can't be bringing on 4 defenders in you know, when you need a goal and you need to see out a bit of lead or you need to score a goal. You can't do that. I'm sorry, that is just counterproductive. It's stupid. What? Because you think you're going to get a corner and you might get a head onto it. You know what? Harry Maguire nearly scored, but I can't sit here and act like everything's okay when you're playing Bruno Fernandes, who's not an 8. When you're playing Casemiro, and to be fair, you know what? He didn't actually do anything wrong. It kind of collapsed when he came off the pitch. We're getting really tired. But maybe is that on Ineos or is that on Ruben Amorim? Is it a formation thing or is it an Ineos thing? Not focusing on getting a midfielder this summer was absolutely absurd. We still need a midfielder and we still need a goalkeeper. But you look at that thinking you need legs. There's no plan B. The plan B is Maguire all the time or a defender. You know, taking off Ahmad was stupid. Not using the right-hand side nowhere near enough because everything was going down with Dorgu and Cunha and whoever else and Mason Mount. That's pathetic. So maybe there is the plan when Sesko is up front a lot more, ready to go, more fit. I don't know. There's a focal point to kind of play off of. But we looked at Arsenal. We looked at Arsenal and we knew that, you know what, as much as we got joy and it was really good football, yeah, fair enough, at Old Trafford where the pitch is a lot bigger, there's a lot more space to thrive in. And in comparison to Fulham, you know, the ground isn't as good. There is, do you know what I mean? And it is a lot more tight. When players can't really play in tight spaces because they're not technically suited enough or they've regressed heavily over the years, you're going to suffer. You know, we got a good, 15, 20 minute stint. I think United definitely had the better chances in the first half. We should have, you know, the balloon in that penalty, missing like a good 2-3 chances on top of that. You do have to look at this in a different light, thinking, what the hell? You know, Mason Mount against Arsenal, look, as much as he provides energy, the guy might be a good off-the-bench player, right, for the season. I hear it. But to start, because he provided something that we didn't have or haven't seen in a while in terms of energy, legs, keeping it simple. There's no goals or assists. If your attacking mid is not creating, let alone getting you a goal or assist, not being effective in the final third, what's the point of playing him? That's kind of where I'm looking at, thinking, what are you doing? I know you're trying to gear up Sesko, but Sesko should have been the one that started that game and came off at 60 minutes. I believe if Sesko started that game, we're probably 2-0 up. We're probably 2-0 up by the 55th minute. I do think that. And by the time that happens, you can take him off. You can put Mason Mount on. You can provide a lot more energy. And guess what? What you do? You keep it tight. Exactly what they did. They wanted to keep it tight in the middle and press very, very harsh on the wing backs. So again, it's not ever going to work. You look at Mbeumo's profile, and again, it could be one game. I hope I'm overreacting like no tomorrow. You got Mbeumo. Who did he play with at Brentford? And why was he so successful? He had the likes of Visser, good at holding the ball up, good at linking up play. You look at Cunha. Why was Cunha so good at Wolves last season for obviously individually? Because he has Strand Larsen. Why? Because he's good at holding up the ball and he's good at linking up play. So it's not really rocket science to know why your 2 10s or someone that should be playing in a 10 needs a striker like Sesko to start. So that's where I'm at. It's selection of personnel that's pissing me right off. Luke Shaw, another one. Luke Shaw's a good player, but the guy can never stay fit, and he's not naturally aggressive. And again, once again, when he does get caught out in possession, he's pants. And that's again another big issue for me, because it's like you look at this. Luke Shaw suffers. His confidence dwindles harsh. And we knew that we was going to get out of that. And you could tell, you know what? If you're struggling with set pieces a bit, get someone who's better in the air. Do you not know a player? Because I know a player. His name's Aiden Heaven. He's much better in the air. And he's much more comfortable on the ball. And he's much better recoveries. It's just little simple things like that. So, again, it is a personal thing for me. I hope against Burnley we whack them up 3-4-0. Same thing with the likes of Grimsby. I hope we can smash them up 2-3-4-0. No goals conceded. So, again, I'm at that part. Dorgu had an awful game, and I don't need to get into this, but this is I'm just venting my frustrations, and it kind of links up with the Kobbie situation at the moment as well, transfers, because it's the favoritism. The bringing on Delo was counterproductive. That was awful. I knew that it was going to be bad. He's someone you bring out at the end, man. You don't bring him on to go and hope that you're going to get a cross that swings into Sesko. Is that what he's hoping for? That was never going to happen. Delo can't even cross the ball. He always overhits it or underhits it. 1 in 10 crosses are absolutely banging. So again, it needs to fix up. We definitely need someone like Mazraoui back. We need someone that can, especially in away games when players are more comfortable. But what Marco Silva said was stupid. I don't think it was as easy as it thought it was. We definitely defended well. We had a lapse in concentration. We should have saw that game out. It's always a scrappy game against Fulham, and then that's that. So look, man. On to the next game, because after that we've got Man City and we also got the likes of Chelsea, which is not going to be easy. They're going to be very, very effective. Maybe we can get at them, but it needs to be better. That's all I'm saying. The fact that it's against Man City and they got a much bigger pitch, and the likes of what's his name again, Chelsea's on a much bigger pitch, it could work in favor. But this is just stupid. It is stupid. So yeah, man. We need Cunha in a 10 because Cunha would have helped effectively with the ball, but by the time then we were gassed out. So yeah, that's my little down on that. What likes are on? Let's get talking about these transfers though. We're on 44 likes. This can definitely raise those likes, man. I might even start going live twice a day. I'll think about it. I still need to get on to my videos, but I'll think about it. I might have to do it. Lammens coming in. Look, I look at it like this. This guy's a very, very young goalkeeper. But we look at it like this. Lammens is, without a shadow of a doubt, you don't even need to know the player. I don't really know them. He's definitely better than Biyinde. He's definitely better than Onana. Anyone in the world right now is probably better than those keepers. There's shot of confidence. Potentially, I think Biyinde is gaining some confidence. But he's young. My issue is he's young. And are people prepared to go back to the David De Gea of was it 11-12 or 12-13 season? His first season at United. I think he won. I think it was 12-13, right? He's got to make mistakes. So are people and fans ready for the goalkeeper, a young goalkeeper, to make mistakes? That's the way I'm going to kind of look at it. You know, the deal doesn't look too sad. I don't know what it's going to be. Probably around 19-20 million. I don't give a toss. But someone that's just more agile in the area and is stronger. Biyinde looks like he needs to hit weights. Was it 11-12 he came in? I swear it was 12-13. But anyways, not the point. He needs to land. And I feel like he needs to land quite quickly. Especially, look, I've got no issues about our defending. Our defending has actually been quite impeccable. We've defended really well against Fulham. We defended really well against Arsenal. That's one huge positive. But, you know, when we go back into the 5 shape, it's where it gets on my nerves. My thing is with Biyinde is whenever he does get the ball, his reluctancy to be as calm as we need him to be so we can start playing out from the back rather than just hoofing it to the likes of Cunha. If you get Sesko in there, we'll see what happens on that part. It could be really, really effective to bypass a lot of presses. So this is where I'm looking at thinking it's definitely personnel. get your best 11 on the pitch as soon as possible. Lammens, he looks like he's all right. He definitely looks like he can definitely pass the ball. But again, we don't care about that as United fans anymore. Can you save? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you not trust a young goalkeeper at the age of 23 to come in and do the job? He does he looks like he does the basics really well. Yeah, he does. He looks like he does. But with me, I think you just said it as well. Did Marcus, or was it Trav? We wouldn't be bashing him. You're right. Yeah, but it's just, oh yeah, you're an Arsenal supporter. But for United fans, I just don't feel like they're ready for this. I think we're not ready to play in Europe. That's my feeling. Having tough matches in Champions League, then we need time to develop as a team. He might be right. It might need a lot more time because you know what? The only way I kind of look at this is with Lammens. He comes in, has a cracking game, and I hope he has cracking games. I think he's going to be that. But my thing is, it's going to be down to the coaching part of things. Are you going to get outclassed by Scott Parker? Are you going to get outclassed by, I don't know, Pep Guardiola? Are you going to get outclassed by the likes of Maresca? If you go win all three of those games, no one cares about what happened at the Fulham game. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to go forward. You've got to move forward as a team. And you can't keep doing this thing where you win one, lose one, win one, lose one. There has to be back-to-back games. I honestly hope we get a midfielder that can make the whole difference. We've seen now Cunha can make a big difference. We've seen how Mbumo's pace can be a bit of a difference. We'll see what Sesko has to offer. But that's where we're crying out for the midfield. And you're looking at Kobbie Mainoo and this whole thing. You know, he's fighting for his position. You know, he's fighting with Bruno. But there's no indication that Bruno Fernandes is going to get dropped anytime soon because he's the captain, because he's this, because he's that, he's the leader, he's a part of the setup. And that's where it's like, okay, but then where does Kobbie's chance? Is he never going to play a Premier League game then? Are you looking to play him in maybe bit part in one of the 10s if Cunha's tired? Do you know what I mean? Like either the media's lying or Kobbie's lying or the manager's lying. You got big plans for him. What's the big plans? Because he's meant to be the succession plan, right? If that's the big plan, he's a succession plan for Bruno. Well, how about we see some succession? How about actually giving them a capable enough midfielder so they look decent? That's what I mean. I agree, Trav. He's drowning. And I don't actually blame him. But United at this moment of time, or Ineos, and I don't think Kobbie's going to go anywhere. I do believe he deserves more minutes. He's that good. And there's a lot to get out of him. I think he's one of them 19-year-olds that they're just brilliant. But I look at this thinking, fucking hell, man. Start building exactly. You keep saying what I'm about to say. Build your spine. You're like, do you like Kobbie or do you not like Kobbie? Because there'll be other managers that got plans for him, but don't go away from Man United ethos and don't go away from principles. You know, when it comes down to youth and talented youth. Because see if this is Alex Ferguson, mate. Boy, I'm telling you now, this kid would have been playing a long time ago and a lot of the time as well. Because what is this? What is this project if Kobbie was to leave? I don't think he leaves. I don't know what his demands are, but I think his demands is more than just what the media is trying to say. I don't want no media outlet trying to they're trying to make him look like a villain. You know, oh, you know what? He's got 200,000, 180k wage demands. What do you mean 180k? The other day it was only 160k. So what is it now? It's not I feel like he wants to know his importance in this team. And I'm not really seeing the importance of him in this team. And it's not really player FC thing. I feel like 90% of Man United fans can see what Kobbie is and what Kobbie can be. And why a lot of us are outraged. Of course, we're supporting United, but we're supporting what feels right. You lot need to let me know, because I'm going to talk. Let me talk to the comments, right? And even if you are in the comments watching it backwards, this day and age, what does Bruno offer that Kobbie doesn't? Other than a long ball. That's what I want to know. What is it? Because other than a long ball, I don't see what Bruno's offering. Because at this point, it's not dribbling. It's not ball carrying. Don't tell me short passing, because it's not short passing either. It can't be penalties anymore. He just ballooned one. I don't even think Bruno's got mad legs, because getting around the pitch, he gets around the pitch, but does he get around it effectively? Because Kobbie, you know, if Kobbie was on that pitch for Bruno, Emil Smith-Rowe's getting tracked. Leadership. Where's that leadership got us? If you're talking about leadership, why is our leader moaning to a referee because he bumped him by mistake? Did you bump into him? It's not like he shoved him on purpose. I feel like United fans, you need to stop. Bruno fans need to stop. You can see how much he's regressed. He's just not on the level he was. I think Bruno can definitely play in certain games. I think you need to play him in certain games. You need to play him higher up. But the way I'm kind of looking at it is he's not an 8. But are you telling me you're having Bruno over Cunha and Mbeumo? You're not. I know you're not. So where is he fitting? Because he's not an 8. He's not an 8. And you say he's a better shooter than Kobbie, but is he? When Kobbie gets in front of goal anytime he has done, he's actually scored. That's the funny thing is he's got actually a good shot. It kind of reminds me when Sancho had that amazing preseason under Ten Hag and then all of a sudden never got used. I don't really want to go down that route. Work rate and progressive play. Is he more progressive than Kobbie though? Because let's talk about that, right? Bruno has stamina for 90. His discipline's crap. He should be off by 60th minute, right? Or 65th minute. Progressive play is what? Spamming across the box, spamming across the field. Because it's not. How about progressively carrying the ball? That's also being progressive in your play. Kobbie's an effective ball carrier. And not only that, he's a good short passer, 1-2er as well, if you want to call it that. His ball striking, don't get me wrong, is ridiculous, but I don't need that in my 8. Hoofball's not it. It's just not. I felt sorry for Casemiro against Fulham. Casemiro did nothing wrong. Even that yellow card, it wasn't even a yellow card. And then he had to change his ways. But his attitude is crap. For a leader, it's bollocks. Kobbie keeps the ball recycling. That's what he does. And he knows how to drive forward. Has Kobbie even had the chance to play with the likes of Cunha yet? Or Mbeumo? Because he hasn't. He hasn't. I can't deny what I'm seeing anymore. I'm not here to hide. I'm sorry if you're a fan of him, but you can't look at this. If you want Amorim to succeed, you can't look at this and think we need to get the best out of Bruno anymore. You can't. You really can't. It's too much of a liability. You could have Baleba in the middle there, but if you don't have someone that is secure enough to know what to do defensively, even Baleba would drown in that midfield. There is no balance. And it's going to kill us this year. We'll be lucky to get anywhere we want to get to. Yeah, but I hear that. I know he's not the player that you want to win the league title with. He's not going to, but he's not the guy that's going to build you up either. Because he's taking up spots that are not warranted. And even then, he looks at this as Ugarte's cover, the one that's going to have legs. I thought Ugarte coming on was going to do something decent. But I looked at that, you need a goal. And you don't look at Kobbie, it's crazy. They need to play Kobbie with Casemiro, not Ugarte. Well, I'm looking at it like that, but then that means there's no room for Bruno because Bruno's he's not better than what we got in the 10s. He's not. Doesn't have what they have. What's this? 71 likes. We're nearly on 100 likes. See, this is where I'm at, Chris. This is where I'm at. This is what I mean, yeah, look. I'm not even doing play FC. I just want balance. I want to win games. I want it to be balanced and effective. And it's like, I don't want to look at one man and think you're not droppable. Anthony confirmed. What's this? I haven't seen anything about Anthony. We received the bid. What have you seen? He's not a 10-9-8-6. See, the thing is with Bruno, I don't think he's ever been a midfielder. I think he's a shadow striker. I think he's the second one. No, I think they've offered a loan deal for Anthony, but I don't think there is a. I don't think it's been accepted. Yeah, we received that. That was ages ago. What is that? I ain't seen nothing. There's nothing confirmed. So yeah, there's nothing confirmed as of yet. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Nope. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I can't see it. There's nothing confirmed. So please don't do that. So if you don't mind. Numbers wise, this is crazy. What do you mean? Nothing confirmed, but only according to Spanish sources. You can't even trust a lot of this. And United need to, you know what? United need to not be dumb. United can't be dumb in this situation. Not for me. Bruno's like the Sunday League manager's son. He must play since his dad owns a team. That's you know what? You're not really wrong from that. 50-50 on Amorim. We'll sell Kobbie. He's done with me. I'm gonna agree with you that right there as well. If Kobbie, I'm actually at that stance. If Kobbie was to end up leaving because of Amorim, I can't lie. I'll make it my mission to make sure I don't want Amorim in no more. I will just keep crashing it on him. Not that it makes a difference, but I'd make it my mission. Need a haircut so bad, bruv. Mental. Oh, you realize Amorim was a sporting manager when Bruno was sold to us. I don't know why he can't get his head out of his ass. See, that's where I said that last show. I legit said that last show, you know. I said, you know what's funny? You know, Amorim talked about this rebuild and everything, but Sporting ended up selling him to us. And even from there, it's funny how things go and changing the culture at a club and trying to win the league and all this kind of stuff, new players, blah, 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 blah. It's like, it would be funny if he went. Because if you got the 100 million, like you're telling me you wouldn't take the 100 million and then go and get and just pay the premium for Baleba, because I would have. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was at. Ineos briefing the my news story to see the fan reaction. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he needs to get a new deal, but he's what's he got, like 2 years left? I think he's got like 2 years left, if I'm correct. Kobbie Mainoo. But yeah, we're not going to get 100 million again. We might do next year, but it'll probably be 80 to 100. I don't know. It might be the case, but I would honestly, I would have forced him out. I would have said, yeah, you can go. You need to leave. So it is what it is. Go reflect that status however you need to. I don't know, man. I don't think mine is overhyped. I think there's just someone that you can definitely build there with, and it needs to happen sometime soon. Like we need to see it. Just because he's going to play him against Grimsby, boy, that don't mean shit. It doesn't mean anything. But yeah, let me talk about this. Let me talk about this Anthony stuff, man. I'm getting fed up with all of this. Like, is it me? Like, I can't be. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. I'm getting fed up with this. Like, we ain't moved on anyone. It's taken nearly 3 months to move on any player. Hojlund that came out of nowhere, obviously, and that's getting done very quick. That's a decent deal for us. Like, Napoli's paying like a 5 million loan fee, something like that, and then they're also paying like 34 million, 35 million, something along them lines for his release. I mean, sorry, on the obligation to release him from United. And then I'm looking at like all these other ones. Anthony, the fact that this is what I mean about numpties at this fucking club, yeah? Garnacho, we've had multiple bids rejected from Chelsea. No, well, we've rejected Chelsea's bid, sorry. You're looking at Anthony trying to force this loan. And right now, there's only 5 days left. I'm still saying that United should reject it and just let him suffer. Sancho still's not gone anywhere. Malacia, I didn't even remember he was at this team, even at this club. Hasn't gone anywhere. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else that I've missed out? Is there anyone else I missed out? Because this is, it's getting to the point where it's absolutely shocking. We can't sell nobody. The only one is, how can Hojlund be the one that said, you know what, I'm going to do this correctly and I'm going to make sure I move? Loans. Always loans, because these clubs wanted you so much. Why didn't they not pay up the deal? You got to respect Hojlund for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, how are these players still here? I'm actually gobsmacked that these players are like, no one in the world wants them, or is the fact that they just don't want anybody else. Because Anthony thought he could take this club for a ride, and he's in my bad books without a shadow of a doubt. Hojlund's actually forcing his move and making sure he gets done, which I love. But then there's Anthony thinking, oh, because I had a good time at Real Betis, I want to stay at Real Betis. Yeah, sure. But what about exploring some other moves just in case? Are you open to Saudi? Are you open to going to Bundesliga? Someone will take these players up quick time. And he's like, what? Because you want to go Real Betis? I really don't understand it. In a World Cup year, this is what I mean. Let them suffer. I would honestly just let them play in the reserves. Like Garnacho is one that I wouldn't sell. I wouldn't sell Garnacho. I would let him rot. I would let him rot for the whole year and let him stay there. And then you know what? We can shift him for 30 million next year. Then how about that? Just as long as he misses out on the World Cup, I'd be absolutely. I would love it. Make an example, man. That's the way I look at it. Make an example of Garnacho. Can't get the price. You can stay. You're not going to get reintegrated in the squad. You think you are. So yeah. What's this? What's he said? Fabrizio. Kobbie Mine is not happy to be on the bench. No one's happy to be on the bench. He wants to play and be a part of the team, but at the moment there's been no active talks or negotiations to leave the club. The situation still remains calm. Man United hope to speak to Mine and explain the situation. Well, I thought we had big plans for him, though. Yeah, I'm tell them they'll not be mugged. No price, no transfer. Simple as that. Won't that scare incoming players? No, not really. It means if you're going to come to this club, don't take the piss. Don't take the piss. If you're really about this life, don't take the piss. United need to set an example. That's the only way to do this. Because otherwise, when it comes to just choosing one option only, you get Garnacho, the little fucking rat. Honestly, him and his brother. Rats. Can't stand them, man. I hate Garnacho, bro. Honestly. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be fine. Hey, trust me. How about this? Raise my ticket price by £1 or £2 if you really want to keep it, and then I'm happy to keep him at the club. That's the way I'm looking at it. He thinks he's going to go to Chelsea and get a starting place. It's funny. It's a funny old game. It is a funny old game. I'll take Glasner if he ends up switching from a 3-back to a 4-back like he did at Frankfurt. I don't want a 3-back. I wanted Thomas Frank, but obviously he's not here no more. What are you saying? They're going to choose Kobbie over Amorim? I thought that was one of the things that Ineos wanted. I have no idea, man. But these lot just need to get gone already. What are you on about? He wasn't good enough for Cass. I said I'll take Thomas Frank. That's how I know you haven't been listening to any of me recently. You've been away for way too long. I said I'm taking Thomas Frank in a heartbeat. I said I'd take him. I don't want Glasner if he's going to a 3-back. I don't. No, I don't want Eddie Howe. Everyone just gets injured under him. Yeah, I just don't want a 3-back, man. It's not it, man. Overall, it does not seem it. Imagine that we go into with Glasner and who's going to put a wing back? Dorgu and fucking Delo. Yeah, I'm not trying to see that shit. Fuck that. Man said, Poch, you must be out of your mind. Anyways, who's live? I don't think anyone really is live. I think Rants is live. Is Rants live? I think Rants is live, isn't it? Yeah, let's go raid Rants. Yeah, cool.